Third pays.
In most games, it's pretty well known that if you can think like your opponent, then you usually will end up having the upper hand. Business is a similar game. If you can think like them, then you'll be there for their next move and then be able to provide value. Find out how you can think like your dream customers and clients to drive sales and more on this episode on This Week in Marketing. Hey everyone, I'm Darren Lake and welcome to This Week in Marketing, another podcast by Medici. Each episode, we answer questions or talk about one specific idea to help you market and operate your small to medium enterprise better. And we do that by making them easy to digest, short, and concise, because we've all got a business to run. We've got our friends Kevin George from the B2B Playbook podcast to take over the next few episodes. Kevin Chen and George Koudenaris are a unique team. They are both ex-lawyers turned digital marketing wizards. And with over 10 years of experience between them, their main objective is to help business owners with proven, detailed strategies to drive demand and grow. Their podcast is the holy grail playbook that any business owner or marketer can use, no matter how early or advanced they are in their marketing journey. Make sure you go and check it out anywhere you can get podcasts or the show notes description.
George, episode 4, we're here to talk about 2 concepts that will help our listeners and viewers nail down how to talk to their customers.
Kev, I want to kick off with, remember when we worked at the agency together and there was one day that you came in and you just bought a brand new jacket. Actually, the one that you're wearing now.
Yeah, I was going to say this jacket.
And you walked in, you had your chest out, you were strutting a little bit. Actually, the first time that I've never seen you stooped over, or maybe that's because you're talking to me and I'm always having to look up at you and you're looking down. But I want to ask you, Kevin, why did you buy that jacket?
George, I want to look good for you. No. Seriously, though, I wanted to look better for everyone. I think we were meeting more clients at the time, and I kept turning up in hoodies, and I probably needed a slightly nicer jacket just to look a bit more professional in front of the clients.
I'm going to ask you one more time, Kevin. I don't really believe you. I don't think you actually care about that stuff. Why did you actually buy that jacket?
That's it, George.
It can't be it. That's not it. Why did you really buy it? You wanted to impress people, but you don't really care. You don't really care about looking good to other people. There's only one person in this world who you really care about looking good for.
Who's that?
Well, you tell me, Kevin. It better be your fiancée, Christine.
Yes, I guess it would be her, but you're up the list, George.
Oh, that's very kind of you. So, Kevin, the reason that you bought that jacket is really not to impress everyone else. It's to actually impact your relationship. You wanted to look good for Christine.
That's right, George. Relationships very important, and that brings us nicely onto principle 1 that's going to help you talk better to your customers. And that's all about which human desire is your product or service going to affect. Is it going to improve your customers' wealth, health, or relationships?
So they're the 3 core desires that every single human has, isn't it? And anytime we make a decision, whether it's purchasing a jacket or something else, we're actually trying to get an improvement in one of those. We're trying to elevate our status in one of those: health, wealth, or relationships.
And you have to impact one of those things, because if you don't, if the customer doesn't feel like they're improving in one of those 3 aspects, they're not going to make that buying decision.
That's it, Kev. So when you think about which of these 3 core desires applies to your customers, just focus on one, because when you focus on more than one, the effectiveness of your message really gets diluted.
All right, everyone. The second principle that's going to help you really get in the heads of your dream customers after you've got that one benefit that you're focusing on is coming up with some moving away from pain and moving towards pleasure statements.
Right. So let's try and do that, Kevin, for your jacket. A moving away from pain statement was probably you going, God, I better get a new jacket before my fiancée Christine, dumps me because I look so frumpy. And a moving towards...
Yeah, that's true.
Right, that's fair. Or a moving towards pleasure statement is kind of the inverse of that, and be like, I'm going to get a new jacket because I want to look damn good in front of Christine.
I think that's a pretty good example, George. And maybe a more helpful tip for everyone is you don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You can start from those quotes that you've recorded from those conversations with your dream customers. What do they say were their pain points? That's a great starting point.
That's right. Truly getting inside your customers' heads is going to make a much bigger impact when it comes to doing your marketing messaging. So take those 2 principles, find out which core desire it is that is really motivating your customer to take action, get in their head by finding out what the pleasure and pain statements are, and then put those into your messaging.
From Metigy, you've listened to This Week in Marketing. Again, I'm Darren, and Metigy hopes we helped you find more insights and tips into your business. If you like what you heard, please share a link to another business owner or marketer who you think could get something from this. Also, to help us out, it would be great if you left a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. Last, never miss another episode by following or subscribing to us on your favorite podcast player. See you on the next episode.